Good morning, students. Here we start with the gross anatomy of the fibrous skeleton of the heart, part 2. So, in the gross anatomy of fibrous skeleton of the heart, part 2, we are going to start with the same diagram as we had drawn. The same diagram here, where we show the aortic annulus. Here, these are the aortic scallops. As in the previous segment yesterday, we had understood the two posterior aortic scallops. Here, subaortic span that will make up for the subaortic curtain that already we have understood. And then just below that, we are going to draw the mitral annulus or mitral annulus. So this portion over here, we are going to draw as the mitral annulus. Yesterday, we had discussed in the fibrous skeleton part 1 the aortic annulus. Today we are going to discuss the remaining three annulus. The remaining three annulus will be, first of all, the mitral annulus, second will be the tricuspid annulus, and third will be the pulmonary annulus. These three annuli we are going to discuss as of today. This is the mitral, and therefore, as usual, we are going to show this as the bicuspid. So here we are going to show the bicuspid valve. This is the left atrioventricular orifice, mitral valve, and here just on the right side we are going to show the tricuspid. So this way we are going to show the right atrioventricular orifice. This is the left one, mitral valve. This is the right atrioventricular orifice, and here we are going to show the tricuspid. So therefore, in this we are going to show the three cusps. So here the three cusps that we are going to show, and then as of yesterday already we had put over here the left fibrous trigone and the right fibrous trigone. So therefore, now if we show over here, this one will be the left fibrous trigone. So this is the left fibrous trigone, and over here, this portion over here will be the right fibrous trigone. So this is the right fibrous trigone. And already we have understood the gross anatomy details of the left and the right fibrous trigone. Now the anterior and posterior phyla coronaria of individual mitral valve and tricuspid, mitral annulus and tricuspid valve, tricuspid annulus. So here we go with this. This is the anterior, this one, the anterior phylum coronarium, and here we will mention this as the anterior phylum coronarium of the mitral annulus. The posterior one, so here we show that there will be this posterior phylum coronarium. This is the posterior phylum coronarium, this structure. So here we show the posterior phylum coronarium of mitral annulus. Now, connecting the tips, where my finger is there, connecting the tips of these two phyla coronaria, the anterior and the posterior phylum coronarium of mitral annulus, where my finger is there. So connecting the tips of these two phyla coronaria, a very weak sulcal connective tissue. So here I show this weak sulcal connective tissue in this way. So here I will write it as sulcal connective tissue. Now what is this sulcal connective tissue? It is a weak connective tissue, sulcal connective tissue, which will connect the tips of the two coronaria, the two phyla coronaria, the anterior phylum coronarium and the posterior phylum coronaria of mitral annulus. So therefore, this entire structure is known as the mitral annulus. That is what we are discussing. So now, as of the diagram, let us understand the mitral annulus consists of, the gross anatomy of mitral annulus consists of, number one, what does it consist of? Number one, this one, the left fibrous trigone, that is the first gross anatomical structure. Number 2, it will consist of this structure. What is this structure? The right fibrous trigone. Remember, both the trigones are included in mitral annulus. So the left fibrous trigone, the right fibrous trigone, and it will also contain the respective fila coronaria attached to the left and the right fibrous trigone, which we have discussed in the segment 1, in part 1. So therefore, along with these two fibrous trigones, fila coronaria attached to the left and the right fibrous trigone. And mitral annulus will also contain the subaortic span, which will continue as, what it will continue as? Subaortic curtain. So here I can mention this as the subaortic curtain. So this subaortic curtain is also a part of mitral annulus. And lastly, the mitral annulus will contain sulcal connective tissue, which is connecting the tips of both the fila coronaria. So once again, mitral annulus, what does it contain? It may be asked in one more question answer. The mitral annulus, gross anatomy of the mitral annulus, it will contain left fibrous trigone, right fibrous trigone, the respective fila coronaria attached to the left and the right fibrous trigone, the subaortic curtain, and the weak, very weak, that is sulcal connective tissue connecting the tips of both the fila coronaria of mitral annulus. This much is about mitral annulus here. Now our second annulus, tricuspid annulus. In tricuspid annulus, if you come on this side, I hope this is visible. So here the tricuspid annulus, it will also contain the two fila coronaria. Number 1, here we show this one as the anterior phylum coronarium of the tricuspid annulus. The anterior I have drawn, and here we shall write it as anterior phylum coronarium of tricuspid annulus, and this whole structure is tricuspid annulus. So this is the anterior phylum coronarium of the tricuspid annulus. And now we draw the posterior. This one will be the posterior, this structure will be the posterior phylum coronarium. So here I will mention this as the posterior phylum coronarium of tricuspid annulus. So anterior and posterior phylum coronarium of tricuspid annulus, they are connected by, once again, with a very weak, that is sulcal connective tissue. The tips of both the fila coronaria, the anterior and posterior phylum coronarium of tricuspid annulum, the tips are connected by sulcal connective tissue. So here, this also we can mention, we can write it down as the sulcal connective tissue. So therefore, just as bicuspid valve, tricuspid valve also contains, just as bicuspid annulus, the tricuspid annulus will contain the sulcal connective tissue connecting the tips of the anterior and posterior fila coronaria. So therefore now, tricuspid annulus, what does it contain? The tricuspid annulus will contain, or the tricuspid annulus will feature as, what are the gross anatomical parts of tricuspid annulus? It will contain, or it will feature as the right fibrous trigone, number 1. Number 2, anterior and posterior fila coronaria of the tricuspid annulus. And number 3, sulcal connective tissue connecting the tips of anterior and posterior fila coronaria of tricuspid annulus. These are the 3 gross anatomical features of tricuspid annulus. So here on this side, we have finished the tricuspid annulus. Now the last one is pulmonary annulus. So please come here on this side. Now pulmonary annulus, in order to understand pulmonary annulus, first let us revise these 3 annuli. Remember, the mitral annulus and tricuspid annulus are in the same plane almost, except that they will make 45 degrees with the sagittal plane. Moreover, the mitral annulus will be lying slightly posterior superior to tricuspid annulus, but in the same plane, but lying posterior superior to the tricuspid annulus. And also, the last point, the mitral annulus is located slightly below and slightly to the left of aortic annulus. Since this is the aortic annulus, so here this is the aortic annulus and the mitral annulus is located below and to the left. Now pulmonary. In order to draw pulmonary, always remember the pulmonary annulus is at right angles to aortic annulus. So here if I draw, this is the point where we draw pulmonary annulus. So always note down, this pulmonary annulus will be lying at right angles to the aortic annulus. The pulmonary annulus will lie at right angles to the aortic annulus, and here this pulmonary orifice will contain, the pulmonary annulus will contain 3 scallops. Please note down, the 3 scallops, out of those 3 scallops, 1 scallop we have drawn. So therefore, this scallop which we have drawn is the posterior scallop, and the remaining 2 scallops will be anterior. So note down, the pulmonary annulus will contain the 2 anterior scallops which we have not drawn and 1 posterior scallop. And now comes the most important point which we had discussed even in the previous segment in part 1. Tendon of infundibulum. This tendon of infundibulum will connect the posterior scallop of the pulmonary annulus, the posterior scallop of pulmonary annulus with that of the nadir or the bottom of the anterior scallop of aortic annulus. So that is the tendon of infundibulum. Now here I will darken the border and we can mention this as tendon of infundibulum. We will write this as tendon of infundibulum. Remember, it may be asked in MCQ or on Viva or one more question answer. This tendon of infundibulum will connect only the posterior scallop of the pulmonary annulus with that of the nadir or bottom of the anterior scallop of the aortic annulus. Now what will this tendon of infundibulum, why it is present? What is the function? This tendon of infundibulum will prevent the separation of aortic and pulmonary orifice during extreme amounts of pressure which is experienced during ventricular ejection. So during ventricular ejection of the blood, extreme amount of tension or pressure will lead to separation of the aortic or pulmonary orifice which is prevented by tendon of infundibulum. That is about pulmonary annulus. Now clinical anatomy. In the clinical anatomy of this wonderful fibrous skeleton or the applied anatomy of this fibrous skeleton, please note down, in surgical prosthesis, where there is surgery of valvular prosthesis, in cases of surgery of valvular prosthesis, the entire fibrous skeleton is used for suturing or it supports the suture. And this fibrous skeleton is so tough that during this surgery of valvular prosthesis, it can hold the sutures under persistent tension, under increased or persistent amount of tension. That is the capacity of this fibrous skeleton of the heart. With this, we end our gross anatomy of fibrous skeleton of the heart. Thank you very much.